Righteous, Compassionate, Christ-like Servant Leader Training Part 4. The Heart of Compassionate Leadership. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Week 4 of our Servant Leadership Training Program. Today, we're diving into an essential theme, the heart of compassionate leadership. We'll explore how empathy and compassion are vital components of effective leadership. Let's embark on this journey together. Understanding compassionate leadership, compassion comes from the Latin term compassio, which means to suffer with. It's a profound emotional response that drives us to alleviate the suffering of others. Within a leadership context, compassion is more than mere sympathy. Compassionate leaders actively seek to understand the struggles of others and take tangible steps to support them. The importance of compassion in leadership focuses on building trust and loyalty, which are essential for fostering cooperation within teams. When leaders genuinely care about their people's well-being, they create an environment of openness and dedication. Employees who feel valued and understood are more likely to engage authentically and contribute positively to the organizational culture. Enhancing employee well-being. A compassionate leadership style has a direct impact on employee well-being. By fostering a culture of empathy, leaders can alleviate stress, boost morale, and ultimately enhance job satisfaction. Compassionate leaders are attuned to their followers' emotional needs, creating environments where everyone can thrive. Theological foundations of compassion, embracing God's compassionate nature. The Bible provides plentiful examples of compassion demonstrated by God and his followers. For instance, Psalm 103, verse 13 tells us, "As a father has compassion on his children, so the Lord has compassion on those who fear him." Understanding that leaders should reflect God's character is crucial to compassionate leadership. Jesus as the model of compassionate leadership. Jesus Christ serves as the ultimate model of compassion. Throughout his ministry, he encountered individuals whose needs prompted him into action. For example, in Matthew 9:36, it's written that he had compassion on the crowds because they were harassed and helpless. His compassion led him to teach, heal, and serve. Case studies of compassionate leaders. Let's analyze real-life case studies of compassionate leaders to deepen our understanding. Mother Teresa is celebrated for her selfless devotion to the poorest of the poor. By co-founding the Missionaries of Charity, she dedicated her life to serving the marginalized, sick, and suffering. Her actions demonstrated profound empathy, as she articulated that witnessing the suffering of others compelled her to act. Oprah Winfrey illustrates another dimension of compassionate leadership. Having overcome her own adversities, she leverages her influence to create safe spaces for individuals to share their stories. By validating their struggles, she fosters a sense of community. Workshops using real-life case studies. Workshop structure. To explore these principles in practice, we will hold workshops centered on the case studies of Mother Teresa and Oprah Winfrey. Participants will be divided into small groups for analysis. In these workshops, you will identify key themes of compassion in each leader's life and discuss how their actions inspire others to act compassionately. In these workshops, you will identify key themes of compassion in each leader's life and discuss how their actions inspire others to act compassionately. Group discussions on the practice of compassion and cultivating empathy. Following the workshops, we'll engage in group discussions. We'll explore how we can cultivate empathy within our teams and create a culture of compassion in our organizations. The parable of the Good Samaritan next. Let's consider the parable of the Good Samaritan. In this story, Jesus illustrates that true compassion requires action. The Samaritan actively attends to the needs of the injured man, demonstrating love that transcends societal prejudices. Creating community bonds. 1 Peter 3:8 calls on believers to be like-minded, sympathetic, loving one another, compassionate, and humble. This underscores that compassion should not only be an individual trait, but a communal expectation. Concluding thoughts on compassionate leadership. As we conclude our exploration of the heart of compassionate leadership, we acknowledge that compassion is a transformative force in leadership dynamics. Rooted in God's character and exemplified by Jesus, it compels us to engage genuinely and selflessly with those we lead. May we commit to embodying compassion in our interactions, reflecting Christ in our leadership style. Compassionate leadership is not just a strategy, it's a lifestyle rooted in love and service. Let's transform our spheres of influence for God's glory. Thank you for joining today. We look forward to seeing you next week as we continue our journey toward Christ-like servant leadership.